Welcome to a new Draw My Life video. Freddie Mercury, born as Farrókh Bulsara, was a talented singer, musician and songwriter worldly known for being the main singer of the band Queen. He was born on September 5, 1946 in the African island of Zanzibar. Son of Bami and Jer Bulsara of Persian origins, he had a little sister, Kachemira. Mercury was born with 4 extra teeth in the back of the mouth, therefore his characteristic smile. He never got it fixed because he was afraid it would ruin his voice. Freddie spent most of his childhood in a boarding school in India, where he started taking piano lessons when he was 7. The Bulsara family moved to London in 1964, and there Freddie joined the blues band of Wreckage, while he was studying graphic design at the Ealing College of Art. A classmate introduced him to Roger Taylor and Brian May, founders of the band Smile, which changed its name to Queen when Freddie joined as a singer. The last member to join was the bass player, John Deacon, on March 1, 1971. Freddie designed the Queen logo with the Q, the signs of the zodiac of the 4 members, and a phoenix to symbolize the comeback of the group from previous bands. The rest of it, it's history of rock. They signed a contract with EMI Records and Elektra Records, and in 1973 they released their debut album, Queen. It wasn't until their 3rd CD, Sheer Heart Attack, in 1974 that they had their first successful hit, Killer Queen. With their album A Night at the Opera in 1975, they established themselves as great artists. The rock opera Bohemian Rhapsody, 6 minutes long, made it to the top of the British hit list, where it remained for 9 weeks. Soon, Queen's popularity spread out. They were successful in Europe, Japan, and the US. In 1976, they released a new hit, Somebody to Love. The songs We're the Champions and We Will Rock You from the album News of the World have become real anthems of sports events all around the world. They were always exploring new and different sounds, such as rockabilly or disco music. With the singles Crazy Little Thing Called Love and Another One Bites the Dust from the album The Game, they made it to the top of the lists in the US. After this, they had a rough time. Their album Hot Space didn't have a warm welcome, even though the song Under Pressure with David Bowie was very successful in the UK. In 1983, they took a break. But in 1984, they came back with the works, with songs such as Radio Gaga and I Want to Break Free. Freddie didn't need long to prove he was a lot more than just a good singer. With the band, he brought to the stage his interest in ballet, opera, and theater. He always had a great connection with the audience. His show was unpredictable, full of theatricality, extravagance, and color, which gave Queen its status as music legend. Queen's concerts are a part of his legacy. In 1981, they broke a world record performing in front of 231,000 fans in Sao Paulo, Brazil. On July 13, 1985, they had their most unforgettable performance on the Live Aid stage, a charity concert to raise money against hunger in Ethiopia. The last show of Queen with Freddie took place on August 9, 1986 at Knebworth Park, in their successful Magic Tour, with an audience of more than 125,000 people. During that period, Freddie started focusing on his solo career, releasing several albums. In 1985, he released Mr. Bad Guy. His second solo album, The Great Pretender, was released in 1987. After that, he recorded Barcelona with Montserrat Caballé. Mercury loved opera and was a fan of the soprano. This CD was a dream come true for him. The song Barcelona would become, years later, the song of the 1992 Summer Olympics. In 1987, he was diagnosed with AIDS and he wanted to keep it private. Out of the stage, Mercury was a reserved man. His sexuality was always in the spotlight. He gave few interviews and he never cared about what others said. Despite his illness, he kept working, and in 1990, Freddie went back to the studio to record Innuendo with Queen. On November 24, 1991, he died at the age of 45 due to a bronchopneumonia as a complication of AIDS, a day after he had publicly announced he had it. A concert took place in his honor, tribute to Freddie Mercury, full of music stars at the Wembley Stadium on April 20, 1992. This led to the origin of the Mercury Phoenix Trust, an organization against AIDS founded in his memory. Some days ago, the movie Bohemian Rhapsody was released, starred by Rami Malek as Mercury, reviving his legend. Freddie Mercury was one of the most talented and innovative singers in the rock era. He will always be a music idol and myth that will live forever in our hearts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!